Hey y'all, Leviathan here. So, I'm going to be as serious as humanly possible throughout this video. Um, I'm going to be completely honest, I thought it was over. I thought Storm Drama was over, but it has gotten so much worse. And, honestly, fair trigger warning, this video will contain grooming, racist, and sexual messages. If you're sensitive to any of that, please, for the love of God, click off this video. So, you may know Stormboy4k as Fire, TFM Productions, Easy Sins, or Foxy. Your radio network is his current alias. He likes to LARP as a radio operator. Knowing Storm's tendency to hide and change aliases when this happens, I will try to keep you guys updated on this scumbag's new alias. Well, it turns out he's grooming one of my friends. I only found this out recently, and it's starting to piss me off because that fucking rat might get away with it. To start, he accused my friend of manipulation. This fucking scumbag has pulled the same card with an ex-boyfriend of his, Kai. By the way, side note, Kai was not a good person either, but bad people do tend to attract each other, so, meh. Not to mention Storm's past of doxing kids, racism, deleting messages when they make him look bad, and lying. Storm has done the same thing with an ex-boyfriend of his, Kai. However, in the document made about him, he left his messages out for the most part. He did that one for a reason. The reason was it probably made him look guilty, judging by the behavior I've seen him do during this situation. Now, another thing that I'd like to do in this video, there is this radio group, technically a media group called Typical Media, and they have been doing fuck all about this bullshit. They have been, like, I am in contact with one of the, like, presidents, I think. All I do know is he works with them. I've gave him evidence and all, and they told me, hey, he's been fired permanently. Sorry, I can't fucking speak straight. I'm just fucking shocked, man. Just in general. But like, they told me he's been fired permanently. Okay, look at the typical media website, look at the radio stations, the internet radio stations. Oh, his station's still there under a new alias, conveniently named Your Radio Group. I checked Google Chat to see if I got a new message. Notice, oh, Storm's still there in my DMs. Go check the username. What do you know? It's Your Radio Group, Typical Media, or whatever the fuck. I kind of forgot, man, but it's something along those lines. I have an image of it somewhere. I'll dig that one up. But I would like to call these fuckers out permanently for covering up a child predator. I would like to call these dumb fucking corporates out for covering up a pedophile's actions and letting him broadcast on the air, even though he is a known pedophile. Just genuinely, it pisses me off. As someone who sort of runs a station myself, I could never think of doing such a fucking thing. Genuinely, typical media group, Sahid, and everyone else running that fucking money laundering operation. I actually doubt it is a money laundering operation, but looking at their website, it kind of seems AI generated. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Answer me. What in the fuck is wrong with you? Alright, now, Stormboy Files. So, none of these are going to be in order, unfortunately. I had to scramble this together quickly because, well, I have a life and stuff like that, but genuinely, I cannot let this fucking slide at all. I just, God, man. Fucking Storm out of all people, man. This is Storm basically admitting to it, and the victim, who we'll be calling Autumn, basically admitting in Autumn's DMs, going, dude, why? Why would you do this to me? Could have literally asked me and I would have stopped. Shocker, he wouldn't have stopped. You realize how much my reputation is going to be damaged. Now, evidence 2, he started deleting evidence once he found out that I found out about it. Now, let me go ahead and tell you guys something. Would a victim start deleting their own messages? No. No, they wouldn't. No. A victim would not start deleting their messages like this unless they had something to hide. Which is very clear in this case. Evidence 3. This is him admitting to it again, but this time in my DMs. Good job for figuring out my bad side, he says. Evidence 4. Storm manipulating Autumn into hugs, quote unquote. Now, we don't know why, but he has a weird obsession with these hugs. It's like a fetish of his. He has manipulated the victim into doing hugs on multiple occasions and keeps on bringing it up every single time Autumn sends him a message. Now, dead honest, like, this does look like some manipulation here. And I just want to talk to someone, otherwise I cry. That looks like manipulation, man. Evidence 5. He goes, hello, in hugs. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think any normal person would say hello as H-E-W-O. And also, there's only one kind of cuddling you ever see on the internet. You know, the disgusting kind, and this is what this guy was doing. With this child, mind you. Now, Storm adding W's into his message randomly is usually done when he was wanting, well, e-sex. That's all I'm going to say. Now, evidence 6, this is him deleting more evidence. Then me leaving a self-note to myself saying I'm gonna need to put this hug shit in tab 2. But, yeah. The victim showed him a little project that she was working on. And, whippity-doo. Now on to tab 2. Evidence 7A, image, I'm not gonna read the image taken stuff. Deleted user is Stormboy4k. The he is talking about is believed to be Storm's ex-boyfriend Kai, who he pulled the same I was manipulated card with. Image 7B and 7C are just there to prove that deleted user is indeed Storm's account. And this proves it right here. And with the message up here, he was cheating on, I'm assuming, Kai. He didn't really disclose. With, like, he was cheating on his ex-boyfriend for a 14-year-old. Oh, and another thing. Storm lives in the United Kingdom, where the age of consent there is around 15, 16. I believe it's 16. Storm is at that age. He is at the age of consent. And the shit he pulled is fucking outlandish. Evidence 8, this is him acting weird. Big red flags here. You could tell with the hug message he was implying e-freaking, but didn't write the real stuff. However, he did still send some shit that should go into tab 3. Like, literally, this is the victim going and, you know, telling him a little fun fact. Immediately goes to fucking e-freaking. Meth addict. No meth addict, only hugs. Ooh, funny little cat video. Immediately to the fucking hugs. Like, you can already tell something's fucking wrong with this guy. Now, evidence 11, there's more of this hug shit. Hug back, he says, which there's a note down here, which I will read after this. Hi, I'm sleepy, hug, available to call within the next minute, probably soon though. Hug offline, when can we call? Now, but I have to be quiet. No clue on the hug back message, but yeah. Then, the victim, who was also co-writing this document with me, left a, note. Storm asked for hugs, so the victim gave him one. The DMs were too big to fit in the screenshot. Now, this is where it gets real fucking bad. Well, racist, at least. The real bad shit goes here. Now, evidence 12. Wow, what the fuck, Storm? My phone says these. Then it autocorrects to the N-word. Then suicide. Plus it say suicide when I type skibidi. I mean, to be completely honest, that series makes me want to kill myself too, but like, dude, how the fuck do you explain this one? Because with iPhone's autocorrect, it's an offensive term. It wouldn't autocorrect to that unless you typed that on multiple occasions and recently. It wouldn't do that unless you did it multiple times recently. Imagine being such a racist piece of shit that your phone autocorrects the N-word. Let me go and fix a small spelling mistake there. Sorry, I was extremely tired when I was making this, and also just fucking fed up with drama. Now, evidence 13. Storm clinging to fucking victim. Sorry, I need someone to hug. When? Hug, I'm cold, why not responding? I see the UC. What? Now, Autumn didn't respond because Storm was making the victim uncomfortable. He responded by spamming the fucking victim on multiple occasions. Now, this is where body language comes into play. You have to tell that, you know, the person's uncomfortable, right? Right, Storm? I know you're fucking watching this video. I know you were fucking watching this video, Storm. I know you're watching this. Your media group or whatever the fuck you go by now. I know you were watching this. I will fucking track your new alias down if you try to fucking hide again. I've done it once, I'll do it again. Fuck you, Storm. But, anyhow. Do not steal. No, I wasn't trying to. Now, evidence 14, where there's fucking hugs. Colon 3 face. Now, I don't think I know anyone that uses that, like, on the regular that isn't very fucking weird. Like, maybe one person, but, like, yeah, in this case, you can already tell. He has a weird obsession with the hugs. Oh, and quick little side note again, while I told the victim to go grab as much evidence as possible, Storm was actively deleting evidence on Google Chat, so that was a right call on my end, because if I was just a few minutes later, he would have deleted all this evidence and probably gotten off scot-fucking-free. Which he still might get off scot-free if you guys don't act immediately. Start telling typical media to, hey, fucking remove this pedophile from your service. Start, letting his known associates know, I guess. I don't know. Now, evidence 15, image shaken, blah blah blah, not peak. This is just Storm being weird as fuck. Peak or not peak, and it's boy kisser thing. Now, while he was being confronted about this, he immediately went, "It's silly cat. It's silly cat." Brother, I get that might be like their original name, but you know what's associated with. You know what it's associated with, Storm. You know. Evidence 16, image taken. I said I'm not gonna read that shit. Why am I reading it? Okay, so I found out that, yeah, just random fun fact here. I sleepy. Can't sleep. Sad face. I'm not trying to sound like the ASMR videos here, but I want a hug. Yeah, he immediately goes to the hug shit. And, yeah, it just looks more like he fucking manipulated the victim. Now, evidence 17, this is Storm acting weird part 3. I want someone to hug, he says. Autumn. Then the fucking colon 3 face again. What, call? Parents, I am tired, but I don't want to read this shit. Like, dead ass. I don't want to read this. That is how bad it is. I don't want to read it. No one wants to read this shit. I'm, like, to those people that, like, read the, like, messages between pedophiles and victims and shit, how do you guys do this shit without gagging at how fucking disgusting some of that shit can be? How? Because, dead fucking honest, this shit is horrifying. Evidence 18, more to fucking hugs. Call? I thought you don't call before 3:30. Not at school today. Oh, no only hugs? Why no? Because I want hugs and the fucking colon 3 but angry face again. I'm fucking concerned for this guy's well-being, but now that I know he's a fucking pedophile, I think he should be put down. Um, Evidence 19, more of this fucking hug shit. I'm not having a good day. Aw, how come? Parents mad, brother angry. Then, you know, it's that manipulation he did coming into play. And hugs and clings here. And he hasn't been texting recently. How come? I don't know. Hugs. Like, dude, I need hugs. Fucking, you know, funny little meme. Hug forcing. You aren't listening! I can't be louder right now. It's 6 in the fucking morning, and probably the only peace and quiet I get for, you know, everyone else wakes up to make this video. So, yeah, like I said, I have a life. Ugh, never mind, I was. Then colon 3. Storm being fucking clingy again. Tight hug, hi, tight hug. Got nobody to talk to. Just genuinely, how the fuck do you guys read this shit? Oh, I'm definitely being clingy to, again. He admits that he's being clingy. Not like that's a bad thing. Then more of the hugs. Bro, he has to be implying some awful shit with his hugs. He has to be. And it has been confirmed that he was implying some weird shit with those hugs because, yeah. Anyhow, evidence 22. Seems that manipulation Storm did, sadly. Yeah. More Storm acting weird and the manipulation he did. Good morning, sleepyhead. I'm not in the mood for EAS right now. I need time to process shit. Sorry, I blame myself. You're fine. Then more of this. Now, fair warning before I move on to the next category. You guys are going to see some shit. Nothing like dick pics or anything like that, but certainly scraping the fucking line. Now, get some bleach or whatever the fuck ready because, yeah. Now, this was taken on the 25th while the original Storm drama, the doxing drama, was going on. Um, this is the tab where Storm acted extremely sexual or freaky. This includes gifts or messages he sent. Image 24. Okay, bro. Are you stuck? Filtered, filtered, filtered. We all know what he meant by that. Let's be completely honest. We all know what he means. Evidence 25. Fucking Finboy furry gif. Like, brother. Like, we all know what he's implying with all this shit. Fucking over-sexualized Finboy furry. Um, Evidence 26. Now, quick context note, Autumn was making a joke about this, which we both admit probably shouldn't have been made, but yeah, the difference between us and him is we actually own up to our mistakes. This little fucking slimy twat changes aliases whenever he fucks up. But yeah, he replied to that with :3. Probably not the best idea. Now again, another over-sexualized fucking Finboy furry gif. Like, you could tell he's mentally ill just by this. Like, I'm not saying all femboys are mentally ill, I'm just saying, like, if you guys over-sexualize and shit like that, yeah, you probably are mentally ill. Now, evidence 28, this was added recently. And I mean, very recently. I've still been updating this as I've been finding proof. I dug this out of an old group chat, which honestly I should have seen red flags from, but I'm gonna be completely fucking honest, I was too fucking innocent, man. Like, this is him over-sexualizing a joke image. We're putting cum inside M&Ms. What? You know, obvious joke, obvious meme. This is his response to it. I want more, he says, and then the fucking femboy furry gif again. Now, this is Autumn's personal account. So here's the thing. Autumn will only mention the important stuff. Will not say minor stuff, just all the major. Alright. So I'm going to be reading this as if I was Autumn, because I'm gonna be completely honest. After what the victim has been through, I don't think they want to read this over after writing it. I have had to deal with the victim breaking down in call once they realized what the fuck happened. I've had to deal with the victim nearly... Never mind, I probably shouldn't bring that up. I'm sorry. But, yeah, let's get on to this. Alright, you may know Storm. Well, you see, Storm needs to genuinely get help. Dude has so many mental issues that it's hard to count. I will talk about my experiences with Storm. Enough to yapping. I was friends with Storm for quite some time. I noticed that Storm became a femboy and he started to talk more romantically to me. I did the same thing back. Him and I started quote unquote dating, quote unquote, when he was 15 and I was 13. Over time, it started to get more and more romantic. That's when Storm started talking sexually. Actually, you know, I'm not gonna read this as if I was Autumn because, well, yeah, it just fucking pains me to read this in general. And yeah, that's when Storm started talking sexual to the victim. The victim thought he was joking, but he kept wanting to roleplay with the victim, which the victim accepted. Things kind of went smoothly until he wanted to do roleplays every time they messaged each other. He would always type out the word hug in a romantic and in a role-playing kind of way. I would always accept back. I went from roleplaying sometimes to every single message. He revealed that he was dating someone else, and then showed no interest in me. Instead showed interest in a person which he only referred to as he. Now, that's, first of all, even if the victim was of age, that's fucked up. Because, like, you went and dated the victim, quote unquote dated, quote unquote, I might add, and then immediately ditched them for someone else. That's fucked up. Like, even if the victim was of age, I would still be fucked up. Now, eventually the whole drama thing started, which I'm assuming was either Kai drama or the doxing drama, and he broke up. Storm requested that the victim and him chat on Google Chat, which the victim obviously accepted. This is where their interest in each other started to peak a lot. He would join him on role-playing and he would ask him to... what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? He would ask the victim to quote-unquote suck him or give head or make out. A notable call they had with each other is when he and the victim were pretending to make out, and he started to play NOAA weather radio, which startled us. Thanks, Storm. I'll never look at those 3 fucking weather radios I have behind me the same, thanks to your bitch ass. Fucking Christ. Maybe not that bad, but like, still. Storm, just in general, what the fuck? Eventually, the victim stopped showing interest in Storm and stopped interacting with him more often. The victim would call every once in a while, and he would eventually start that roleplay stuff. Well, not eventually, he would start that roleplay stuff, I'm assuming every time. This stopped when a friend, Twister, he may know him as Leviathan, talked about drama and mentioned that it needed to start up again. Then the victim told me about some of the stuff Storm sent the victim. That's when the victim started to realize they might have been a victim of online sexual grooming. Then started to break down on the call with me while I told the victim to start grabbing as much evidence as possible and, tried to calm the victim down because genuinely hearing someone break down while venting and shit like that is heartbreaking. I should not have to be the person you come out to for that shit. I should not have to be the person you come out to for that shit. Storm then blocked the victim when he found out that I was sharing evidence. Now, one thing I and the victim should mention, do not contact the victim about the Storm drama. They've been through enough. Do not contact them about that. If you contact them about that, you will be immediately blacklisted from my channel. Now, tab 5, this is honorable mentions or screenshots of note. Basically, screenshots we wanted to point out specifically. Now, mention 1, this is Storm using AI to say jokes are unfunny. Now, Storm has used AI for previous things in the past, including one where he practically fucking disrespected Technoblade by LARPing as him before the whole LARP trend became a thing, but yeah, he was obsessed with it and basically disrespected the ever-living fuck out of him. Disrespecting a dead person is a new fucking low. Actually, you know what? That was a new low before the pedophile stuff started, or before I found out about it. Honorable mention 2, everything in tab 3, which we're just gonna gloss past that one because we already went through tab 3. Honorable mention 3, Storm sending one guy after me, which happened to be this guy. Now, I will have to add, Polygon is now against Storm. Do not go after Polygon. YouTube will legally, well, not legally, YouTube will require me to say this, but do not go after anyone in this video. YouTube's just requiring me to say that, by the way. Do whatever the fuck you want. But, yeah. The timing was very fucking weird, and one of them immediately started to get me to believe Storm, while the other one, the one below Polygon, just wanted the full story. I didn't know this at the time, so I thought Storm sent two people after me to try and silence me. Now, Storm did send people after me, but I honestly don't know. Now, this is where I found out that Storm was claiming he was manipulated. A similar card he pulled. Now, honorable mention 4. Storm was allegedly behind the GWES, Global Weather and EAS Society, March 13th emergency action notification incident. He has admitted to it in calls, however, I do not have evidence of this, so you could take this with a grain of salt, or take my word for it. I don't know. For further information on this incident, please refer to this link right here. It will, actually, you know what, not be linked in the description, just go type it into your search bar, dude. But, yeah, he's said in calls that he was the one behind it, which is fucking crazy. He almost, or did, cause mass panic by broadcasting a emergency alert system, activation of an emergency action notification on air, which is fucking crazy. Now, we're going to gloss past this because, well, yeah, it just links to the past 3, and this is the ending, plus addressing the manipulation allegations. This is the end of this document, but we still need to address a specific allegation that was made against Autumn. Storm claims Autumn manipulated Storm. This is the other way around, however, as proven by this document. Not to mention, Storm has cut his side of the messages out of his evidence. That on its own should disqualify his claims. Evidence of that will be provided here. Now, one thing I can tell you here is, where the fuck is Storm's messages? Where are they? Are you hiding them, you slimy bastard? Yes, actually you are. When I pointed this out to Polygon, by the way, he turned a blind eye to it, and just basically didn't fucking give a shit. But Polygon is now on our side now because I managed to talk some fucking sense into him. So even if he wasn't, don't go after him. Now, that is the end of this. However, one thing I would like to continue addressing is the typical media stuff. Now, just go ahead and give me a moment to get my Discord opened and stuff so I can openly read these messages out to you, as, to be completely fucking honest, this shit is fucking crazy, and honestly, yeah, just fucking crazy. Okay, so, this is messages that I had with a certain president of Typical Media itself. This person is friends with Storm's old account as well. For example, here, president of Typical Media, founder and director of a actual radio station, and shit like that. So, started talking to him about, like, radio stuff, kinda, because, you know, we had common interests in a way, but, yeah. I went ahead and contacted him about this drama. This was before I had all the evidence, by the way, so, yeah. I managed to get all the evidence and a document prepared right around this time. Yeah, sorry to contact you about drama, but Storm has kind of been grooming one of my friends. When Twin Cot told me, good job for figuring out my bad side. You cannot make this up. By the way, this is how he reacted when my friend Autumn didn't respond. Um, wait, is this even in the thing? Oh well, if that's not in the document, I'll go and add it. Um, he's also pulling the victim card, claiming he was manipulated. Spoiler alert, Storm was not manipulated. Now, I sent him a link to the document as well. Alright, thank you very much. He's live right now. Alright, I should probably shut it down then, right? Now, this is where you start to realize that Sahid kind of has the mental capacity of a peanut, because, I should probably shut it down then, right? Obviously. Like, dude, yeah? Honestly, after what he did, also knowing his typical behavior of hiding, I'm shocked he is. Okay, do you mind if we add you into a GC to interview you about this with their owner? By the way, both Sahid and me were the only people that sent messages in that, and there was a total of like 5 messages sent in there, or the group chat was just deleted entirely. Which then I asked about this group chat. I don't know if I'm not looking hard enough, but it appears to have been deleted. He still appears to be on air too. He's been fired permanently, the president of the fucking company says. Alright, thanks for responding, but his station does still seem on air? Update, never mind. They temporarily took it off air just so he could fucking hide and come back under a new alias. And then... And then I found out he's working with them again. Like, Storm, to be completely fucking honest, you can't hide. I will find your new alias. No matter how fucking long it takes. Anyways, to be completely honest here, he's totally covering for Storm. It's too odd to be coincidence, and the fact they just completely stopped responding after this, which, by the way, I know he's seen it. He... There's no way he couldn't have seen this. He has to have seen it. But, yeah. They took one down, sure, but more of them started appearing, too. All owned by the same fucking guy. Like, sorry if I seem rude to you, Sahid, or typical media, but it's so fucking painfully obvious. You guys are covering for a fucking pedophile. You guys are hiding his actions, and you guys are trying to, keep this pedophile on air. Is he fucking bribing you guys or something? Why the fuck are you guys not just fucking banning him? Do you guys not do background checks? What the fuck? I have a feeling that, someone should probably get background checks before they start broadcasting on air, huh? Oh, that's right, you guys apparently don't do them. Fucking dumbasses. That's what you guys are. Fucking dumbasses with your AI generated ass site. Like, dude. Genuinely, you guys piss me off. Because it's been, like, they have a tendency to do this apparently too, I've heard. Where they've done it time and time and time and time a fucking again. Someone gets outed as a terrible person. They do fuck all about it. Fuck you guys for this. Genuinely, you guys are scums of the earth. Anyways, I guess that will wrap it up for this. The link to the document will be in the description, and I will see if I can continue updating you guys on his new aliases, if any pop up. Um, And do, for the love of God, try and get him off the radio position, because honestly, he shouldn't be broadcasting. A pedophile shouldn't be broadcasting. A fucking pedophile should not be broadcasting on internet radio. Oh yeah, not to mention, he doesn't even have proper radio equipment, by the way. Bad timing, phone, but he doesn't even... The fuck? Put you on silent. Anyhow, sorry about that. He doesn't even have proper fucking radio equipment. He... Like, the only thing he has is a fucking BBC microbit in a cardboard box that acts as an emergency alert system encoder. And not to mention the amount of times that thing has fucking failed on air, too. I've heard that thing fail time and time and time again. So, even if you could broadcast in the United States, I don't think you could legally. Just because of that bullshit. Like, dude, at least with me, I'm actually working to get a fucking radio degree and shit. Well, not radio degree, radio license. I'm also working on getting transmitters and shit. At least with me, I'm working on it. And at least with me, my station kind of actually transmits somewhere. Kinda. Thanks, CTTY, but, yeah. But, genuinely, Storm, what in the fuck are you guys doing? Well, Storm and Typical Media, what in the fuck are you guys doing? Anyhow, that's gonna wrap this video up. I'm sorry for the Sun Drama video, especially, like, so out of fucking blue, but he is so fucking heinous, and I have been so fucking busy that I haven't been able to put this video out on time. He has been so fucking heinous that I just can't not say anything about it. It's fucked up. That's all it is. It's fucked up. And I also think it's fucked up that a whole fucking company is covering for a fucking pedophile. You guys should not be covering for a pedophile. What the fuck are you guys doing? Is there an HR? You guys need to be reported to it. Because, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Typical Media, what the fuck are you guys doing? Anyhow, yeah. Sorry for, like, ranting and shit. It's hard not to, especially after, you know, all this shit has fallen on deaf ears. Why'd I say ears like that? All this shit's fallen off of deaf fucking ears. And, you know, a company that said they did shit, then do shit at all. Like, it's fucking hard not to rant about this shit, man. I'm sorry. But, yeah. Um, hopefully see you guys tomorrow. And, when we eventually get rid of this fucking pedophile from broadcasting, pizza will be on me. Bye.